So, yeah, big performance from all of us.
And a first start for you as well today, a 3-0 win. Just what did you enjoy out there?
Yeah, everything, man. I always want to enjoy, express myself and helping the team. And I think we put in a good performance today. We controlled the ball a lot. Of course, towards the end, maybe got a bit sloppy, but overall, good performance.
And the guys were just saying you were quite unlucky not to be the player of the match today, that it went to Martín, Noni, because you caused all sorts of problems down that right-hand side. Was that part of the game plan to really target Morata, or were you just having a lot of fun out there?
No, it wasn't part of the game plan to target him, but of course, me and Nebs try and get the ball, and the manager just tells us to go and try and create. So I think I did that today, so did he, and we're really happy with the result. 3-0 clean sheet, and yeah, top.
Hey, Ed, I just want to say, obviously I watched you a lot at QPR days as well. You obviously look like you're really enjoying yourself at the moment. Do you prefer playing off the left or in a central position?
If I'm honest, I don't really mind, because you sort of work your way into positions to find space, and wherever it is, you occupy that. I think maybe sometimes it can be a bit easier, depending on the game, it can be easier to play out wide, but then some other games it's easier to be in the pockets and starting there. So it's game dependent, but yeah, I have fun either way, man.
And how much are you enjoying being at the football club again?
Yeah, no, it's special. It's a big moment for me and my family, but I enjoy the work. I enjoy being in this environment and being pushed and elevated. So I'm sure it'll be a good journey.
And Noni, there's often a bit of panic among the fan base whenever Bukayo Saka's injured. It feels like you've taken that away now. Is it just up to you to make the manager's decision as tough as possible?
Yeah, no, listen, you have top players everywhere in our squad, so we compete every day to try and make the team, and then the times we don't, it's about trying to impact the game off the bench. And yeah, I don't really think about all of that stuff too much. I just try and play my game and then leave up to what the manager decides.
Noni, have you taken your game to another level? Because you look more collective. I was worried about you when you came, because I thought sometimes you can be a little bit selfish, but now you seem to have got a really good balance to your play. The decisions you're making have been outstanding. Today I thought you were...
Feel free to tell him he's talking rubbish, by the way.
No, because I think it's getting that balance, and I think your decision-making is changed. Is that the manager? Is it the new club? What's happened?
I feel like it's important to keep that kind of self-belief that you can get the ball and just do it yourself as well. As a winger, I feel like you need that. But of course, like you're saying, I'm playing with such top players, and it's important for me to try and find them as much as I try and go for my own play my own type of game. But yeah, no, it's easy to play with these guys. I'm having a great time, and yeah, maybe I have taken a step in that direction.
And you two are already being compared to a couple of iconic wingers as well. Let's just have a look at this. I'm not sure if you think you could be the next Rodri. Look at that. As in Madueke.
Yeah.
Ebbs,
You happy with that?
No, it's not bad, man.
I just
You take that one.
just wanted to say, because we last spoke when you were at Crystal Palace, and we talked about the importance of, in your career, making your mark.
Yeah.
And you certainly did that at Palace. Are you, the mindset, how aware is the manager making you of what we need to do this season to go on and win this?
Yeah, for sure. Everyone knows what the goal is, what the target is. We've been brought in to help and add to that, and that's the main thing. We're always going to try our best. We're always going to give our all. It's a different level. It's a different type of environment, but something that I think that's what guys like us, we relish. We want to be in these types of places. So, yeah, we're ready for it. We're ready.
And you're back at the club, of course, which let you go all those years ago. So it must be great. Must be very pleasing for you today.
Yeah, it is. As I said, for my family, it's special. But it's always what we've believed. We've always known this is the journey, and to be at this level, we want to be here affecting games and playing, doing the same things we were doing at Palace, at Chelsea. It's no different for us.
And how do you feel, Noni, about getting the Champions League campaign underway on Tuesday, away in Bilbao?
I can't lie. When Ebbs and I came off, we were talking about it, man. It's gonna be special. It's our first time, my first time, his first time playing in the Champions League. So something to thank God for, and yeah, definitely gonna go on that pitch and try and just have fun and get a win for Arsenal.
Well, enjoy it as well. And before we let you go as well, I don't know where he's gone now. There's a little guy up there in the stands there.
Yeah, I got you.
With a sign on.
I got you, don't worry. I'll come afterwards, I got
A
you.
sign for you. He's been waiting a while. That's
no
lovely.
problem, no
Thank you so much for coming out to join us, and well done. Well done on the win. Thank you.
Yes, man. Thanks, yeah.
Well done. Thank you. How impressed?
3 goals for Arsenal, back to winning ways. Did you enjoy that out there?
Yeah, of course. We came back here and we, of course, wanted to do a better performance than we did last game. And yeah, I think we did that. So yeah, it was a great day.
Another goal in the bag for you. That's 3 goals in 2 home games now. Is there a better feeling than scoring here at Arsenal?
No, it feels amazing. So yeah, it's just a great feeling to score and, of course, get the win as well. So yeah, it's great.
Are you feeling quite settled now?
Yeah, it feels great. The guys in the team has been amazing. It's been so easy to get into the group, but yeah, of course, it's a bit of a time where you have to settle in with everything around, and yeah, it feels good.
First time that we've seen you play with Eze and Noni Madueke as well. What's it like having those guys giving you service? It worked beautifully with Eze in the assist today.
Yeah, I mean, those two are amazing in their positions. They always do something special, and yeah, we could definitely see that today.
What was your viewpoint on Martin Zubimendi's, perhaps his first goal, which was fairly spectacular?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him do it in training, to be fair, so yeah, it was good that he pulled that one out today, so it's great to see, and obviously the header as well, a bit surprised with that also, so yeah, it was great to see him score too.
Yeah, joint top of the goal scoring charts now is Victor Gyokeres on 3 goals so far this season. What did you make of his goal and the timing of it, as we mentioned?
I think that's what he needs and what he wants. And I think to get the best out of him, he's going to need early balls into the box. I highlighted at half-time about when you have too many touches, perhaps. This is a great example of not doing that, of long ball over the top, 1 touch across from Eze. It's a great ball. It's screaming to say, just go on, get on the end of it, tap it in. And that's exactly what he did. It's, as I said, a wonderful ball over the top. But the hardest part is, again, for the winger to put that on a plate for Gyökeres. First-time ball, early ball. Thank you very much. That's exactly what he demands. And he will, if Arsenal continue to do that, they still didn't get the balance, as I said, at half-time in the first half. But I thought it was a little bit better in the second half when Calafiori as well whipped 1 or 2 early balls in, which perhaps because of the lack of understanding between teammates, but he'll get a shed load of goals if they keep on getting balls into the box early.
And is that exactly what Arsenal were missing, especially last season?
Yeah, absolutely. Number 9. I mean, lots of people had their go up there. Havertz, at times Marino went up there. Trossard as a false number 9 as well. So I think it wasn't rocket science that he needed a number 9. It's whether they could have get one, and they've got one now, and hopefully he can stay fit. He needs that service, and as I said before, them quick balls in. He makes the runs as a good striker does. And he can put them in the back of the net. So a really good afternoon for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta, I'm sure, will be delighted with the performance because Forest, again, a decent side. And to get the win in the early kick-off is always a bonus for everybody, and they can sit back now and watch the other games.
It feels like, Alan, they just turned the screw a little bit in the second half. And as I mentioned, the timing, 46 seconds after the break.
Yeah, that's exactly why. It was always going to be key to who got that next goal. And if Arsenal did as they did, we always felt that it was going to be not an easy afternoon, but they could take the foot off the gas, enjoy it a little bit more, pressure off. And that's exactly what happened. If Forest had got that goal, it might have been slightly different. But Forest didn't really threaten too much in the afternoon. And I don't think anyone watching that match can say anything other than Arsenal played well and Arsenal deserved the 3 points.
Well, Victor Gyokeres had the fewest touches of any Arsenal player in the first half. In the second half, he took 46 seconds to score and could have had a second.
Yeah, he could have done. And, you know, he's getting in different areas. Here he is now, picking it up. And, you know, he's running at players, good pass out there. And this is good, overlapping. This is what you should do. And well, if that's on target, it's a goal. Simple as that, because of the pace of the ball. Woodwork, saved Forest there. That's what you want, you know, you get a little bit of confidence, moving the ball quickly. And I'm sure if he can keep getting into positions, he will score goals all season.
We saw his interaction there with Madueke, who I think we've all agreed was
very
brilliant today.
Absolutely. I thought he was really excellent. Always running at players. He's come off that England trip. A little bit of confidence as well. He's got that opportunity now because Saka's been injured, and now it's all about him, what he does now on the pitch, just stay in that team. And he certainly didn't let anybody down today. Zubimendi probably will get man of the match, but he was a close second.
Yeah, you've got Saka, Eze, Martinelli, Wanyeri. It's Madueke. The options that Arsenal have got now in terms of all over the park actually, and they're going to need them. It's at different stages of the season, but really positive from all the players today.
Yeah, some outstanding performances, none more so than Martin Zubimendi. I mean, we mentioned that it was his first ever goal from outside of the box and a first time he scored 2 goals in a single league game. What a day for him. What a way to start the scoring.
Well, if it's the first one outside of the box, you would say, why and how is it when he can hit them like that? Because that is it's a dream strike. It's the perfect strike. Not easy at all to get the connection, get the power, get the direction, all of those things. And you might be seeing him shooting a few more times come the season if he can hit them like that, particularly on the volley.
Yeah, Gyökeres said he's not seen him do that in training. Well, no one's seen him do it because it's the first time he scored from outside of the box. And quite difficult, as Alan said, not just the technique, but because the box was so full, so many bodies in there.
Yeah. Well, all you got to do is get the technique right. That's the most important thing. And, you've got bodies in front of you. He could have easily hit a body and got wide. But lucky enough, he had the pace on it and he had that little gap to get in the back of the net. And he'd be over the moon with that because, when you look back at that, he'd be, well, that is a top-class strike from a midfielder who really is known to be breaking the ball up and, being efficient in that midfield. But if he pops up with 2 goals as well, it's an absolute big bonus for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, you did focus a little bit on him in the build-up, telling us kind of how he breaks up the play, what he brings to the midfield. You didn't tell us he had that in his locker.
No, not at all. I mean, it's a little bit like Declan when he scored 2 goals against Real Madrid from free kicks.
Yeah.
So, he's done exactly the same today. And it's just a bonus sometimes when you can get on the score sheet. And being in midfield, you just got to, know your players who's around you. If you get a chance to get forward, then you do it and people fill in for you, simple as that. So after scoring those 2 goals, he might be saying, I want to get forward a little bit more.
The second goal was quite different, Alan.
Yeah, it was very different. I mean, I just wonder whether this ball was for Declan Rice to hit first time. But because of the pace on it, he sort of has to adjust himself and take a touch. But at the end, they work it very well. Just there, that's why it may be him going to shoot, because you can see the 2 Arsenal players blocking the Forest defenders to get to him. But he has the pace of mind, I think, to take the touch and then knock it out wide to Trossard. He then takes a touch and whips a great ball in. But the leap, I mean, we've spoke about the great technique of his volley, but the leap there and the timing is also very, very difficult. And I know it takes a little deflection, which might help it on its way. But for him to get in there and get the timing and everything right to do that was really impressive. And there's no doubt he'll be player of the match today.
Let's look at from the Forest side. There were some opportunities. I think probably the one that stands out is Chris Wood.
Yeah, absolutely. This was an opportunity where he didn't know a lot about it because he was fired in. This is California. He's got to pass it quicker there. He gets caught in possession, and then to be fair to Nottingham Forest, they were straight at the back 4, and he sort of fizzes it across. It sort of just hits him. He done really well in the end because he sort of angled it towards the goal.
But what a save this is, by the way. I think he does. There's no doubt he saves this. He gets a little bit of a finger on that, doesn't he, the goalkeeper?
But another day that might go in, and suddenly Nottingham Forest are back in the game. So good save from him. That's what you need from the goalkeeper when he's not used a lot in that game. But when he does come up with an important save at an important time, that's very, very important. That's why Ray has been so good. A great signing for Arsenal.
100th Arsenal appearance today and clean sheet number 42. So obviously really impressive and incredible for him to mark that occasion with a clean sheet. Back to the drawing board for Ange Postecoglou. He's only been there a few days. He's not really had much time. What do you think his notes will say after today?
Well, I think he won't be too harsh on the players at all because the players have been into international break. He's hardly had time to spend with them, to get to know them, for them to get to know him. He'll be disappointed, obviously, but he shouldn't be too down because he's got a good team in there. And if they get things right, which I think they will, and I don't think he'll tweak too much in terms of a playing style because he knows what they already enjoy and work. And as I said pre the game. It's not as if he's walking into a disastrous team where normally a manager's been sacked because of poor results. This is not the case. They've had one poor result and the manager's had a row with the owner or the director of football. That's why he's in the job. So I don't think he'll change too much at all, and he'll look to the next game and try and improve, and I'm sure they will.
I think for Nottingham Forest, always impressive was their defensive structure. I know today they had to have a makeshift defence. Zinchenko not able to play against his parent club, Ola Aina out. So right back, Williams having to move over and then having to bring in a left back. So makeshift. And then they lost Murillo as well to injury. But that's 2 games now where they've conceded 3 goals.
Well, the first 20 minutes, you could argue that they've done OK. Yeah. They defended pretty well as a unit. It was trying to frustrate Arsenal. Keeper didn't really have a lot to do. And then it's a wonder strike. Yeah, and sometimes you just got to hold it, as Alan said earlier, just got to hold hands up, say, look, what can we do about that? And then suddenly you've got to play a different way because now defensively you've got to try and get back into the game. I think he'd be more disappointed about the second goal. Because when you come out and start the second half, you say, look, just stay in the game, make it difficult in that first 15 minutes. And as soon as Arsenal got that second goal, it's a big goal for Arsenal as well, because you've got that little bit of advantage now, and their Forest really have to change the way they play. So, and they took advantage of it. So the goals come at the right time, if I'm being honest, for Arsenal, but they certainly didn't look back. And as Alan says there, Forest, a long way to go. A little bit of work done in the training ground now from Postecoglou, and I'm sure they'll be fine.
Mikel, back to winning ways in the Premier League. What did you enjoy about that out there?
Well, very good after the international break, and the players been away for a long, long time. It's always a question mark how they're going to react, how we're going to glide and connect together again, and I think the team certainly did that to win the Premier League 3-0. Another clean sheet, very important as well. Some players, some of them that it was the first time starting as well, having big performances, so overall very good.
Should we talk about Martin Zubimendi then? Because that was quite an incredible opener, but then the technique in the header in the second half as well.
Unbelievable. 2 very difficult goals in terms of execution, but I think he's coming the team, he's coming at the club, and you feel a real presence, a real authority in everything that he does on that pitch as well, and if he can on top of that contribute in the scoreline with goals, what else can we ask?
In terms of your attacking threats today, first time, as you said, we'd seen those 3 start. 1 scored, 1 assist, and 1 got a standing ovation coming off. Could you ask for more?
I think they were very good, the 3 of them, with their own qualities, but complementing each other really well. Noni, I think, was outstanding again. Looks a real threat. Victor, very intelligent. He could have scored 2 or 3. Again, today, Nep's giving you something else, a different kind of flow, different connections, and very unpredictable as well.
Are you going to have a tough time going forward when Bukayo comes back? I mean, Martinelli's still there in the mix. It's a tough choice, or did you really like what you saw with that front 3?
This is what we want. When you look around the other clubs and the other teams and the squad that they've built, we all have the same. If we want to be competing at the highest level, you need that, because look, we lost already Kai for 3 or 4 months. We lost Bukayo now 4 weeks as well, and we need those replacements. If not in the Premier League, it's so tough.
Maybe the only cloud this afternoon, Martin Odegaard coming off?
Yeah, to come off I think is the same shoulder that he hurt last time. He wasn't comfortable to continue. So, that's a shame, because he played with the national team. He was feeling good, and suddenly something happened again.
Do you expect him to be available Tuesday? Champions League back on the horizon?
He certainly is going to be doing everything from now on to be ready for Tuesday. I guarantee you that, but I don't know.
All right, we'll wait and see. Well, well done today. Thank you, Mikel. Hey, Ange, first game done. What are your thoughts after that?
Obviously disappointing outcome for us. Look, they're a good side, and here at home are a tough proposition anyway. Can't fault the lads' effort. I thought they tried really hard. We weren't really able to get grips of the game. I think the second goal straight after half-time just sort of allowed them to get away from us. So disappointing outcome, but like I said, can't fault the effort of the lads.
How much of an evolution do you hope or expect from your side now in the next couple of weeks, now that you can get into some training sessions even?
Yeah, look, that's exactly right. Sort of, this week's, fair to say, was fairly disruptive for the players. International week as well, so they didn't get until Thursday, Friday. So, they're seeing a new manager. I'm trying to implement new things, and it's only understandable that they probably haven't got clarity of thought at the moment. But that's my job to now sort of try and embed that over the next few weeks. I'm sure we will, because there's a willing group of players to do that.
Do you think it was brave of him, Alan, to go in just before the Arsenal game? Do you think he should have waited?
I don't think you can. I think if he turns around and says that I'll sit and wait or I'll make my decision, then you run the risk of someone else getting a very good job at a big football club who they've got a chance of being successful because, as I said, he's gone into a club that's pretty steady, albeit with a different owner, that but they've got a very good squad of players, group of players to work with. So, no, the answer to that was it was always going to be tough in the first game, particularly with it being international break, and it just so happens it's Arsenal away, one of the toughest games. So he's got that out of the way, and I'm sure Forest will get better from now onwards.
OK, well, they lost 3-0 today. The man who scored 2 of those goals for Arsenal is alongside Alex Aldro. She's on translation duty for us with Martin Zubimendi.
Martín, enhorabuena, gran victoria, enhorabuena por tus 2 golazos. What a win. Congratulations to your 2 brilliant goals. Empezamos con el primer goal. We'll start with the first goal. Cuéntame cómo ha sido desde tu punto de vista. Talk me through that one.
Pues la verdad que estaba más mentalizado en la posible defensa, en el posible contraataque de ellos, pero bueno, he visto el balón que caía y bueno, pues suerte he podido en pararla bien y que fuera portería.
He said, I was actually more focused on thinking about defending because they were on the counter, but then, well, the ball landed at my feet. I took the shot and it went in. Well, what a goal that was. Y el segundo, vaya cabezazo. What a header that was. Y gran pase de Leo Trossard también. What a ball from Leo.
Sí, la verdad que medio gol de Trossard y bueno, estaba por allí y bueno, la verdad que meter un gol de cabeza aquí en la Premier es difícil y contento por conseguirlo.
He said, yeah, it was a brilliant ball from Trossard. It's not easy scoring a goal in the Premier League, but yeah, it was a brilliant header. Y marcaste 2 goles en toda la temporada pasada con la Real Sociedad. You scored 2 goals all season, last season with Real Sociedad, y 2 hoy en un partido, 2 today in 1 game. Ni tan mal tu comienzo aquí. Not a bad start.
Sí, la verdad que es algo que tenía en mente, en el mejorar en el aspecto goleador y bueno, la verdad que estoy empezando bien con estos 2 goles.
He said it's something that I've been working on, really working hard to try and score more goals, which is why I'm so happy with my 2 goals today. Y la última vez que saliste en un 11 inicial con Marino y con Martín fue en 2020, ¿no? 2020, sí, con Real Sociedad. The last time you started alongside Marino in Odegaard was 2020 with Real Sociedad. Pero te ayuda esa familiaridad? Does this familiarity help you con tu adaptación, with your adapting?
Sí, con Merino seguro, porque llevo ya 7 años jugando con él aquí en el equipo y en la selección, pero bueno, una pena hoy lo de Martín que no hayamos podido jugar un poquito más de tiempo todos juntos.
Yeah, he said especially with Marino because I played much longer with him at Real Sociedad and more time with the Spanish national team as well. Less time with Martin, unfortunately, but now hay que seguir con la buena racha, ¿no? You have to continue with this good momentum.
Sí, está claro. Veníamos de una derrota que nos dolió mucho. Así que era importante hoy empezar una nueva racha y así puede durar mucho.
Yeah, he said it was really important because we came into this game after a really disappointing defeat against Liverpool and now we just have to keep going and win more football matches. Bueno, enhorabuena. Última cosa, the last thing, almost forgot there. You are the jugador del partido, man of the match, player of the match. Enhorabuena. ¿Dónde lo vas a guardar? Where are you going to keep it?
Bueno, pues todavía tengo una casa nueva, así que me falta decoración y es buena decoración para empezar.
He says he has a new house and there's not a lot in it. It's pretty empty, so the perfect thing to decorate it with. Bueno, enhorabuena. Thank you. Gracias. Perfecto. Enhorabuena.
A player of the match performance today and 2 goals from Martin Zubimendi. He really is outstanding, isn't he, Ray? And you can feel free to answer in Spanish.
I'd love to. I can't speak English. No, he's been a brilliant player. Obviously, knew quite a few of the lads before he turned up, and big money move, £60 million, and to fill Thomas Partey's role, you don't expect him to score many goals. He looks shocked himself that he scored 2 goals, and Alan's obviously sitting next to Alan, a goal machine. Us midfielders were, if we can chip him with a couple here and there, it's always great. But really pleased to see him smiling and enjoying it. And he's got now something to put in his house, which is great.
I'm not sure what's more impressive. The 2 goals or Alex is the way she translates. Can we get her up to Newcastle so she can do an interview in Geordie?
Player of the match.